This comment is doing more diagnostic work than most people's fucking intake forms do. So first and foremost, props for putting this out there because a lot of people feel this way and then say absolutely fucking nothing about it. Yes, ADHD, absolutely part of this, but part of is doing a lot of work in that sentence, and I don't want to skip over that. 7 years of clinical work, and if I had $1 for every time someone came in convinced they finally cracked the fucking code on why they are the way that they are, I'd have a very impressive tequila collection. It is never one fucking thing. It is always a pile, a whole ass pile of experiencing, wiring, attachment stuff, childhood shit, nervous system quirks, and ADHD is in that pile. Sometimes maybe right on top screaming, but it did not build the pile alone for so many of us. Now, the ADHD piece specifically here is that our brains tend to run on interest, on novelty, urgency, and stimulation. So when we think about it, early dating can actually be this form of neurobiological crack where it has that uncertainty, the flirting, the, oh my God, do they like me spirals? And then your brain is having the time of its fucking life. Then they text back consistently. There's the standing Saturday plan, and now you know what to expect. And you're still into them and you still like them, but your brain is struggling immensely to just show up so seamlessly. It's kind of like a golden retriever who just watched the squirrel stop running. It still loves the fucking squirrel, but completely lost the interest in the fucking chase itself. But I'd be doing you dirty if I just stopped there. And if I just hand you, it's your ADHD and walk away, my clinician brain would never forgive me. And also I'd just be kind of a fucking dick at that point.
I'm more of a vulva girl.
Because what else is in the fucking pile? Anxiety? Probably. Attachment patterns from people who weren't safe to get close to? Maybe. Sensory stuff that makes intimacy feel like too much? Possibly. Shame around sex that you've been carrying so long it feels like a personality? Yeah, maybe. Rejection sensitivity that has you running before anyone gets close enough to hurt you? Listen, ADHD didn't build the fucking pile alone, most likely, and you cannot excavate it with an Instagram reel. You are absolutely way too complex for that, and sincerely, you are way too interesting and too layered for a one-size-fits-all answer. So what we're not fucking doing is saying that this is just ADHD, case closed, moving on. Instead, we're recognizing that ADHD is probably in the mix, but what else is? And what does addressing that look like for you specifically? Not what worked for someone else, not what some stranger on the fucking internet said. What do you actually need? Because let me break it to you, that question has never once been answered by a 60-second or 3-minute sped up video, including this one. So I'm not going to be the person who just then tells you to go to therapy like that's a thing everyone can just fucking do. But what I will say is you need to start by getting really curious about what your specific pile looks like. Not just saying you have ADHD and then stopping there. What else is in there? What happens in your body the moment things get real? What are you actually afraid of? And listen, if you have access to support, someone who gets ADHD, the relationships, the sexuality piece, fucking use it. But if you don't, try to start with radical honesty with yourself. Because I'm not a psychic, but I feel pretty ballsy and confident in saying that the one-size-fits-all answer is probably never going to fit you anyway, and nobody knows your pile better than you do. People with an ADHD brain are absolutely capable of deep, lasting connection and a great fucking sex life. Not despite how your brain works, but because you figured out how it works. Your brain's wiring